Hi everyone, my name's Kate Kalthoff and welcome to a Stamping to Share video. Today I'm going to show you how to create this ornament, and you can see just how pretty it is. It's wrapped with the natural and old olive twine that Stampin' Up! Is selling in the 2014 Holiday Mini Catalog, and it has our All Is Calm snowflake embellishment and then a little bitty rhinestone on top of that. And then it can be tacked to your tree with a little bit of twine. There's a nice bow here. You can see how nicely it's finished at the bottom. And so I'm going to show you how to make these today. And I did want to tell you that we made these at Founders Circle. It was part of the decorating of the trees. Salt Lake City has a charity every year called Festival of Trees, and it raises money for the Primary Children's Hospital in Salt Lake City. And so the Founders Circle, our final night activity, was making Christmas ornaments and helping to decorate 3 of those trees. And so the first thing that I did is I went to my local craft store and I purchased some plastic ornaments. Now I noticed the difference between these and the ones that we used at Salt Lake City is that these tops are in much more firmly. I do not even need to do anything to them. They are very firm. So this is the brand. It's called Celebrate It Christmas Noel Craft Plastic Ornament, and they're 99 cents, but of course sometimes stuff like that is on sale, so you never know, you'll probably be able to find it even cheaper than that. And so let me go ahead and clip this from here. And then the first thing that we're going to do is, using some sticky strip, we are going to start by creating a lot of adhesive for this twine to go around onto the ornament. So I am just using sticky strip, and I'm making the first strip goes all the way around the ornament like so. The second strip also goes all the way around the ornament. And then when I get to the bottom here, because I don't want to cross over, I just cut it right next to the strip, and then I start my going to the other side right next to that bottom strip and bring it up. Now I think if you're a little short on sticky strip, you could probably go ahead and start adhering your ornament this way, the twine on your ornament. However, I found when I was making mine on my own that I like to have a few more strips in there. So I'm just going to cut a few more strips. Okay, I have all my strips on here, and so I feel like this ornament is ready to go, except I just have to peel my strips off. I just take my scissors and I just force it under the strip and then pull it up. And it works really well. And one more. There we go. Now we're ready for our twine. This is our two-tone trim from Stampin' Up. I'm just going to take one of the ends and I'm just going to set it up here as close as I can to the edge. See how it's just, I'm just going to set it up here as close as I can to the edge, and then I'm going to just start working it around. And I do kind of cover that rough edge as best as I can, and then I just bring it all the way around. And I'm going to do that. I'll do that for several rounds, and you can see how easy it is to do this. And we just can keep going around and around. And you can see just how quickly this can go. So look at that, we're about a fourth done already. Alright, you get the idea. So I'm going to turn the video off and finish this up, and then I'll turn it back on when we get closer to the end. Alright, and this is about the halfway point. I did just want to turn this recorder on real quick just to show you that at this point you need to start pulling it towards the top as you go around. It does want to show a few gaps when you get to this area. As you start doing the bottom section, it wants to gap open a little bit. So you just have to be very deliberate as you're going around to make sure that you are pushing always towards the top so that you can cover up any gaps that might start showing. So you can see, like, here's a gap. And so when I go here, I just make sure that I push that all towards the top. And I do this all the way around on the bottom of the ornament as I'm going around. And I'm also trying to keep my fingers away from the sticky strip because I want that to stay super sticky. So as soon as I had enough wrapped where I could grab it up here, I've only been handling it up there, leaving the sticky part quite sticky so that it grabs the twine really well. So you can see we're getting very close, and you will get about 2.5 ornaments with each roll of twine. That's at least how it worked out when we were at Founders Circle on our final night activity. Alright, now you can see as I get towards the very center of the hole, I am just kind of twirling it in there. And I almost, you can see I have just the tiniest little gap there. So I just keep twirling it. And then when I get almost to the end, I'm going to take my scissors, and then I've trimmed it up, and now I'm just going to squish it all to the end. So you can see how that just almost disappears in there, and it is done. Now I'm just going to trim off this little raggedness here, and you can see how perfectly that looks. And I have found that it stays really well. I mean, you don't have to do anything else to the bottom. The sticky strip is holding it very firmly. And so now we have our ornament completely wrapped. Isn't it beautiful? Just love how this is turning out. There again is a close-up of the bottom, and there's the top. You really can't see a beginning or an end. Now if you do happen to run out midway through, again you can just kind of take the end piece, throw it down, and then start wrapping over the top of it, and you'll never see your beginning and end pieces, because we had several that had to quit right in the middle, and it worked just fine. Okay, so now to decorate it, what I'm going to do is, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some cherry cobbler baker's twine, and I am going to just take a length of this, insert it into the top, and then I'm going to make a loop, and I will have a way to hang this up. So now we have our hanger, and so we can hang it on our tree. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually, let's see, I'm going to get a All Is Calm star. Here's these beautiful stars from Stampin' Up. They're the All Is Calm snowflake embellishment. And I'm going to again take some cherry cobbler baker's twine, and then I have a, I know it's hard to see this, but it's like a bridge for your dental floss, and you can just thread that through. It's a very tiny hole here. You really need to use something to help you thread that. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to add a couple of glue dots to the back of that. So let me grab my glue dots, and we're just going to put a couple of glue dots on the back. And the reason is I want this, and what I'm doing too is I'm lining it up so that we have this, I consider the front, and so I'm going to put it about this far down. Then what I'm going to do is tie this in a knot to the back of the bulb, just like this. So I have the front and the back. I'm just going to tie that in a nice knot, and then I'm going to trim that really, really close. There we go. Okay, so we have something that's dangling on the front. And now what I like to do is add a little bit of sparkle to that all is calm snowflake embellishment. So I'm going to actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to set a cover here so this will stay while I'm working with it. So I'm going to take a couple more glue dots and I'm just going to squish them together so they're a little tiny ball, and I'm going to put it right there in the center of that snowflake. I'm going to do the same with the second one. Put it right in the center of that snowflake, and then I'm kind of pushing it down. And now I'm going to add my you could do a pearl, but I'm going to do a rhinestone. So let me find my rhinestones here. These are where I keep my little tiny extras. So I'm just going to use my paper piercing tool, and I'm going to put that rhinestone right over the top of those glue dots. The glue dots will grab onto the rhinestone and keep that firmly in place. Boy, I don't know if you can see this or not. Hopefully you can. Okay, so now, whoops, I'll just leave this here so it stays stable. The next thing I'm going to do is tie a bow with the 1-inch sheer cherry cobbler ribbon. So we're just going to make a bow right off the spool. And get that so it's all pretty. So you have to kind of leave yourself plenty of room for ribbon. Okay, that looks really good. And we're going to trim this up, give it a little bit of tail, and then we can put this onto our ornament with glue dots. So here are my glue dots, and I'm just going to the back of the bow here and adding like 3 or 4 glue dots. I want a nice firmly placed bow. And then I'm just going to take that bow and kind of smash it in right up here at the top of the ornament, and that allows the glue dots to grab hold. And there is our completed ornament. Maybe I'll trim this up just a tad. Looks beautiful. And now you know how to do it too. So hope you have fun making some of these ornaments with Stampin' Up's really nice two-tone twine that we have in the Holiday Mini. And hope you have a great day. Thank you so much for stopping by. Here's the ornament I did for you on video, and here is the first ornament that I did. Have a great day, and I truly appreciate you. Thank you so much. If you need to order anything, you can always stop by my blog at www.stampingtoshare.com. Bye-bye.